So you think in a true free market, in a Bitcoinized world, we're going to have all sorts of, so basically the state apparatus in a lot of ways will dissolve, and we'll have this decentralized kind of world where everything will be handled at the local level by private citizens and private companies, basically. Like I would hire or band together with my neighborhood, and we would hire a local security team.
If you think about it, most things in your life already does. Like every non-violent interaction with another human being is Ancapistan.
Yes.
It's only when you introduce violence or threats of violence that it's not Ancapistan anymore.
Yeah, just kind of thinking about all the people, and I mean, I've been grappling with this myself to a certain degree. It's like, okay, so if we're not paying taxes and we had this anarcho-capitalistic society, and like the United States government or all governments across the world fall apart, then wouldn't we organize locally around, and we would probably we would get the most, prudent and responsible and honest and intelligent people, and we would kind of elect those people, and then we would say, okay, we're going to pool together a communal pool of capital, and we're going to make decisions as to so you would end up organizing around governing bodies just at the local level.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what a company is.
Good point.
And there's nothing wrong with hierarchies. There's nothing wrong with centralization, as long as it's a free market in a free market system.
Yes.
Humans like to form hierarchies, and they like to have a leader. Most people want a boss to tell them what to do.
It's true.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing immoral about that.
Yeah.
What's immoral is when people overstep their boundaries and take other people's stuff.
Yes.
So this is leading into the what about the roads question, which is the title of the last of the 3 added chapters to the book. And I view what about the roads as not a question. It's admitting that you have Stockholm syndrome. Because what you're actually saying when you say what about the roads is that you believe that roads couldn't happen without gun violence, without threats of violence. You're effectively saying that people couldn't organize themselves well enough to build roads if they didn't have a gun to their head.
Well, then there's also the response of, well, okay, so what about the one guy who's got plenty of resources but doesn't want to contribute to the communal pot but is going to benefit from the roads? So how do we deal with that societally, where you got the one guy who's like, you know what, I don't want to pay, but I'm going to drive on these roads anyways.
Yeah, but right now we have governments that go into debt, national debt, that is forced upon everyone, which is basically stealing from your children.
Yes. To
build roads that, maybe it's unfair to say that no one asked for them, but no one asked for them if you had made the roads, you would probably build them, and you had to pay for them directly, you would probably have built them slightly differently than they're built now, right? So like, I just don't buy that humans cannot organize without violence. There are plenty of big systems that work entirely without violence. The internet being the most obvious example of information highways being built all around the world without a central planner.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So the example I make in the book is the movie The Shawshank Redemption. Yep. You've seen it, right? Mm-hmm. Famous prison movie, the highest rated movie on IMDb, I believe. It's a great movie, and it's about this guy called Andy Dufresne that is imprisoned for a long time. He realizes somewhere along the way that he's probably never going to be released from this prison. And there are a couple of other inmates. There's one called, name escapes me now, but there's one 90-year-old prison that gets released on its 90th birthday. and he's out for 2 weeks, and then he kills himself because he's been institutionalized.
Yes. He went and got a job at a grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
Bagging groceries.
And he's super afraid outside these prison walls because he's never been outside them effectively, or not for a very long time. So it drives him to suicide. And Red, played by Morgan Freeman, tells Andy that hope is a dangerous thing, because hope is this false hope, and hope can get you very depressed within Shawshank prison. So it's better to just obey and follow the rules, and you get your 3 meals per day and your routines, and you just live with the fact that you're going to be in there forever. But and this story is depressing because he's treated worse and worse, even though he tries to help everyone else inside the prison and help the warden, and the warden just abuses him and blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But in the dark, he's been digging this tunnel for over a decade with like a teaspoon.
Yep.
Just a handful of sand every day.
And dropping the rocks out of his pants while he's walking in the prison yard.
And the moral of the story is that hope is the only thing that hope actually did get him out of there. And no matter how big the Shawshank prison walls are, the correct thing to do is always to disobey and have hope.
Yes.
So if you view the state as Shawshank prison, they are going to try to stop you from using your Bitcoins. They are going to put capital gains taxes on it and do all these moronic things. Like a capital gains tax on Bitcoin, by the way, because Bitcoin has a fixed supply.
It's confiscation.
It's confiscation, and it's actually like your Bitcoins didn't go up in value. Fiat went down in value.
Right.
There was no capital gains. It was productivity gains from people helping one another.
Yes.
That's what it was. It was the free market getting better. It was people doing shit voluntarily and with consent. And a capital gains tax is just, no, you can't have that. Like, it's so brutal.
Oh my goodness.
So the moral of the story is, be Andy Dufresne. Hope is a rational choice. Optimism is a rational choice. Don't listen to the black pillars of the world who say that everything's shit and we're going to surveillance state and we're all going to be China at some day and have social credit scores and stuff. It's always correct to live as if the future is bright. Otherwise, the Soviet Union would have never ended. We're only shackled by our self-proclaimed leaders because we allow them to do so to us. So, Ancapistan is a state of mind, not a place. You live that way. Live put your money where your mouth is. It's a rational choice because you're gonna die anyway.
Yes.
So you might as well live free.
Yes.
Being the lion in the cage, all depressed and gray, instead of being the lion on the savannah, the famous meme, right, with the 2 lions.
Yep.
Like, the rational choice is to be the lion on the savannah, always.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I argue for in the book, that optimism is a rational choice.
Yeah, it's really, it can be hard for me. One of the reasons that I've taken what is, seemingly an extreme approach towards life or financial strategy, literally I have 100% of my money in Bitcoin and I'm not levered, like I sold some Bitcoin to move here to Miami. That was kind of like a big decision. Like, do I want to just stay here in my quiet little life and sit on my Bitcoin, or am I going to use some of this to fund my life? And it's like, well, I need to live. I need to go after the things that I want in my life. And it's, holding the Bitcoin really helps to recalibrate you in the decisions that you make.
Yeah.
But the thought process that I had is like, I want to see a specific outcome for humanity. Yeah. And I'm willing to take the risk that comes along with supporting this movement. And what's the alternative? To hold a diversified portfolio, like hedge against the world that I want to see. Like, I'm going to buy some XRP just in case.
The option is to hold.
That's craziness.
The option is to hodl for longer.
Yeah.
And I think all of us do our part. Like, I don't hold it against people that they hodl for generations. Like, great for them. I just for me in my life, I've used some of my stack to kickstart this whole whatever, if you may call it a career. Like I'm living life on my terms now.
Yeah,
and it feels fucking good.
Yes, I'm with you.
What else is money for if you can't do that?
Yeah,
because what you get, your legacy to your kids is not just giving them money. It's also setting an example for them. Like, how do you want to live? What do you want to do? Like, what kind of person do you want to be?
Yeah.
Do you want to be Andy Dufresne, or do you want to be the prison warden, or do you want to be one of those scared other prisoners that never got out of there?
Yes.
Like, I know what I want to be.
Yes. You know, I've said at times, like, I'm not using my life to get more Bitcoin. I'm using Bitcoin to get more out of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard someone say one time that most people go, I mean, this is probably Keynesian economic, like, exacerbated by having this inflationary monetary system. But a lot of people are spending their time like it's unlimited and their money like it's limited. And the exact opposite is really the truth. Your ability to procure resources is a lot more unlimited than your ability to get your time back. Your time is finite. Nobody's getting their yesterdays back.
No, it's beautiful.
So if there's something that you want to do in life, I would highly advise that people go after it. You know, and there's a lot of people stacking sats that are like eating top ramen and stuff. That's maybe the kind of a little extreme within the Bitcoin. If you're a maxi, you're probably not eating top ramen. But like, you know, you have to be careful about the sacrifices that you're making. Yeah. You know, are you not doing things that you want to do because you're trying to stack sats?
You have to be aware of trade-offs. Yes. I think that's the thing. Like the more aware you are of your trade-offs, the better your decision making.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to eat ramen and hodl for 10 more years, then good on you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hold that against anyone. Like, no, at the end of the day, Bitcoin is a tool. Bitcoin is a language, and we can use it to get closer to other people and to live life more on our own terms.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful thing for everyone.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.